So we just gone through this whole process. I don't know, it probably took us a month or so trying to figure out if we were going to be able to put this team together with Jeff and RJ and make it work in the time frame we had, and then also make it work from an economic standpoint, like, hey, can we actually make money with the team? And after that month or two of trying to figure that out, it was a no, it wasn't going to work. And we just, collectively decided we're going to just put that, to bed right now and go focus on just redoing the Supercross website, because we knew it needed a lot of work. And we were under the gun to get that done as well. And so I had my team refocused on the website and Supercross.com, the property, and how to make money on that. And then I meet Jeremy McGrath at a driver's meeting when we were both racing trucks. And he was telling me that he was putting a team together with Larry Brooks. And quite honestly, I don't know how they met or how it came together with the two of them, but they had a team. We had shared some of the same ideas on what we were going to do with the team, how we were going to monetize the team. So, I listened to him about what he was doing, and, I thought it was interesting. And I decided that, hey, I'll take a meeting with these guys and talk to him and see if there's something that we could, maybe work out and do together.
For me, honestly, I never thought I'd own a team again. Like I said, I'm very content with where my career was, and fortunately, I don't have to work if I don't want. So to have a team, it's all about the passion.
Starting a team and choosing, kind of who I wanted to partner with going into this was, I think that was first off, that was a difficult decision, and the last partner that I had, my last team that I was with, it really turned sour at the end and didn't have a good outcome.
Yeah, the way the new team developed is I still have my relationship with Honda, and I'm still doing a lot of R&D and testing for the race team, factory team. And Larry's team kind of fell apart last year. He was part of the L&M racing team, and some stuff went on there. And
I had a bad taste in my mouth when I left there, so choosing who I wanted to partner with more than anything was my first step.
We've been friends. He's a former professional racer, excellent team manager, very passionate.
We were just talking on the telephone, and he kind of mentioned, hey, if I was ever interested in starting another team, that he would be interested in partnering with me.
Kind of all the stars lined up, things were looking pretty good, and I go, you know what, let's do it. So that's kind of how it all happened.
So I took a meeting with Larry and Jeremy. They came to the office. We talked about a lot of different things. And I shared with them some of the ideas that I had, in the past couple months, trying to put my own team together, and some of the things that we wanted to do with the team, and how we're going to monetize the team, how are we going to make money, how are we going to return investment for sponsors, how are we going to monetize the content, things like that. So they shared some of the same visions as I did, and so we kind of gelled on the concept of the team, which was actually good.
Yeah, Matt Cook, the new owner of Supercross.com, has been just phenomenal. We met and we became friends, and then we talked about this idea of the team, and I knew he was doing the big stuff with Supercross.com, relaunching all this great stuff.
We were fortunate enough to meet Matt and start talking to him at Supercross.com. And he was super interested in working with us and putting something together. And
we have this real new pioneering effort. No one's ever done that before, right? So we can bring sponsors on board. We can actually give back with advertising instead of just throwing a logo on something and hoping that someone gets their signage. We are doing things a little different.
The value that Supercross carries with sponsorship, it's unique also. That it's really hard to track how companies can benefit from the sponsorships and stuff. It's really hard to track, their sales from the sponsorship of a team or of an event or anything like that.
I think your ROI, the return on investment plan, is probably a 6-year plan or a 5-year plan. It doesn't happen overnight.
My concern had always been, and was from the previous 2 months, and peeling back the onion, was how are you going to make money? Because the team costs a couple $1 million to go racing, period. And so how are you going to cover the $2 million to go racing? And then how are you going to make money on top of that? And so that was always, the concern. And in And talking about that with Larry and Jeremy, you know, they already had a lot of sponsors already lined up. So they pretty much had the team for the year covered, which was a bonus for me because then it looked like, hey, all we really needed to do was to get over this initial hump, this time crunch to get the team put together, and then things would get rolling. And then we could almost start monetizing and doing all the things that we both wanted to do kind of right out of the gate. So if you took that whole money element out of it, it was a pretty attractive deal.
Yeah, it's going to take some time to develop, but we both have the same goals. He's a great partner, and the Supercross.com relationship for us has been awesome.